Well, welcome to the Aging Boomers. I'm your host, Frank Sampson, and of course, many of you know on this show we discuss so many of the issues facing boomers, their parents, and what's an aging population. Want to remind everybody that today's show is sponsored by Senior Care Authority, a professional senior placement and elder care management organization that has a national network of advisors to help in determining the right path for senior living and receiving proper care. So whether it's in-home care, assisted living, residential, or memory care, get the necessary advice from a senior care advisor in your area by calling Senior Care Authority at 888-809-1231, or you could go directly to their website at www.seniorcareauthority.com. And I'm really excited, as I always am, about our guest. But we have Martin Pisani, who's actually is returning. We had him on before. Had tremendous response from that podcast, and we kind of want to get an update from Martin on what's going on with his company and everything that is going on, which is pretty exciting stuff. Martin is a corporate executive turned entrepreneurial CEO who is in the process of re-engineering the fitness business as upstream preventive health care for ages 50 and over. He's a skilled and seasoned leader of consumer lifestyle brands and startups with diverse category and functional experience on 6 continents. An unconventional thinker, adept at solving complex business challenges and driving profitable growth, Martin has held senior roles in major corporations and is currently the founder of Activate Brain and Body, a revolutionary approach to fitness for the baby boomer generation that is focused on radically improving the trajectory of aging to enable people to live happier, healthier, and longer lives. So, Martin, welcome back to the Aging Boomers. Great to have you back.
Thank you, Frank. It's fantastic to be back with you.
Yeah, and I know we had a lot of great response from our last interview, and I'm sure we will on this one too. Kind of get us up to date. What's been happening over the past year or so with your company, Activate Brain and Body?
Frank, as you know, we created something kind of innovative. We learned through our prior experiences, and many of my team were senior executives in the fitness industry, Bally, Crunch, 24-Hour Fitness. We learned that the industry should be doing a much better job of servicing the aging population. In fact, the industry fails at the aging population. Just when people need it the most, the industry kind of doesn't keep up with them. Membership in traditional fitness programs drops off to less than 10% above age 50, and that's unacceptable. So we spent a lot of time, a lot of research, learning how to create a program and then a company around it that was customized for the needs of people above age 50. And the reason that's important is all the science shows that if you get yourself fit between age 50 and 65, you will have a longer, happier, healthier life, and your healthcare expenses will be significantly reduced because your body is in better shape. So we are seeing this as a way of fundamentally changing the health circumstance of an aging population. And right now, 50% of the population is above age 50. In dire need, there aren't a lot of solutions for them above age 50. And we think we've cracked the code on how to get people engaged and motivated to be fit.
I'm listening. Talk to me, because I'm interested too.
Oh, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
The motivational piece is critical. And we discovered one of the main fears people have about aging is the decline of their brain. Dementia, potentially slipping into Alzheimer's. It's a great fear. And one of the rays of hope is that exercise can be a deterrent, if not a preventive measure for dementia. So our fitness program focuses on putting the brain first, and which we've discovered that if you do that, the body follows. So fitness creates brain health enables greater fitness. It's kind of a cycle. And so number one is how to attract people to this. Well, by reminding people above 50 that by engaging in fitness, brain health is the goal, not an external goal, or not running a triathlon unless you really want to. But our focus is on people who have typically avoided fitness clubs, who are intimidated by fitness clubs and intimidated by personal trainers, the standard personal trainers that you'll find in those clubs. We know how to, what we call, onboard them, and starting with baby steps, getting people to a point where they feel empowered to pursue a path towards fitness. Now, the way this happens is a combination of technology and best practices. And what we have figured out is that telefitness is the way to engage the most people. And by telefitness, I mean a basic concept of a personal coach on one end using a Skype-like interface to a client or a member on the other end. So you've got a person would join Activate and communicate on a regular basis with their coach through their iPad, through their phone, or through their computer. Face-to-face live session with a trainer who is dedicated to guiding, motivating, and customizing a program for that client that is exactly what they need. Some people need weight loss, some people need strength, some people need cognitive stimulation, some people need nutrition. Our job, and the coach's job, is to assess that person using technology and their expertise, create a customized program for that person, and then monitor their progress over a period of time. Our members use wearables, Fitbits, and other similar devices to report their progress, their biometrics. The coach monitors that in off hours, makes suggestions for how to gradually increase the workout to a point where it's intense enough to do something that was previously considered magical. Science has shown that through the right intensity and the right duration of exercise, getting your heart rate up in the right manner, you can actually build new brain cells. It's a fantastic finding that is only finding its way into the commonly accepted beliefs now. When you do the right kind of exercise, your body creates a hormone in your bloodstream called BDNF. BDNF stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And so basically our workout, using a lot of different procedures, is designed to maximize the creation of BDNF, which means this hormone flows through your blood, and through aerobic exercise and strength training, it maximizes the amount of it that flows through your brain. So when you get more blood flow and more oxygen into your brain, you're driving this hormone into your head, and science says that can essentially revitalize your brain by building new brain cells. It's a very exciting development. It's called neurogenesis, and that's what our workout is about. We call it the Age Younger workout. We think it builds a younger body, and hopefully science will show as we go on that it serves a purpose in keeping brains active and healthy.
So it's like you have your own coach or fitness coach in the cloud, in a sense, as they call it, right?
That's exactly right, Frank. We call it Coach in the Cloud. It's one-on-one training with an expert, highly trained coach. One of the shortcomings of the mainstream fitness business is most of the trainers aren't trained caregivers. They know fitness, but this is more than fitness. This is about having a mentality for putting the person's results ahead of other things. The priority is measurable results for our clients that generate biometric changes in their body. And so we've done a few pilot programs. The pilot programs have created remarkable change in our participants. And some of the standard things that happen when you do this is, when you exercise, both resistance training and strength training, one of the first and best effects is you lose weight. By losing weight, you reduce the likelihood of a lot of things that contribute to a more expensive aging process and that contribute to declining brain health. Really interesting to learn that if you are obese, your brain is smaller than a non-obese person. And that's because the theory is the energy required to maintain the fat cells is at the expense of brain cells, essentially. So it follows that if you're thinner, if you're leaner, you will have a healthier brain as you age. But also, if you're healthier, you have a better cardiovascular system, so heart problems can be minimized. Chances are you won't develop diabetes, which is common in aging, overweight, inactive people. And so you're setting up conditions that all those maladies contribute to declining brain health. They're part of the equation. So a fitter body creates a fitter brain as you age. The other thing we found, in addition to weight loss, strength increases. People who haven't trained in strength can make rapid, remarkable progress in strength. And the reason being stronger is better when you age, well, first of all, it always helps. You can lift things, you can walk up the stairs more easily, you can open doors more easily. But one of the greatest and most expensive parts of aging is injuries caused by falls. And being stronger not only makes your body more resistant to falls, but it improves your balance and your reaction time, in which case you prevent the fall by not falling. Your body is capable, if you trip, you can catch yourself. You're more nimble. And so being stronger and being healthier is a great fall prevention measure. That seems kind of funny. It seems almost kind of obvious, but in some ways preventing the fall is possible. And then preventing the injury is also better because if you're stronger, your muscles will protect your bones. We also found in the pilot programs people's resting heart rates went down. That's always a good thing. One of the challenges to aging and brain health is stress, and a lower heart rate can mitigate stress. And so actually in our program, it's not only physical exercise, but there's stress reduction technique and cognitive exercise. And both of those things create a better brain. In earlier trial programs, we saw increases in working memory and processing speed when you take our program, because fitness combined with cognitive challenge combined with stress reduction is almost a magical formula for a better life. And what's the most exciting thing for us is that after the program, people's mood improves, their spirit improves, their energy improves, they feel better about life, and it brings about changes. Fitness becomes part of their lifestyle. It brings about changes in the way they live. They feel more confident. You can reinvent your life. We're so gratified. Some of our our pilot programs are 12 to 16 weeks long, and some of our participants, they just want to maintain this new life. They've seen the path to a much more invigorated life as they age. And it's just fun to see these lives reversing direction and changing. And we know long term, this is, on a macro scale, the answer to our healthcare problem. Healthcare is unaffordable when the population is sick and aging and unhealthy and obese. However, if you take the population, you make us fitter, stronger, more active, better brains. It's a much different lifestyle. We like to say we're in the trajectory of aging, radically improving it, in fact. And that, over time, will be very evident. So we're excited about the mission we're on, which is to give people a happier, healthier, longer life. You save a lot of money on healthcare.
Yeah, I think, Martin, you've got us convinced, and I think most people out there realize the benefits of exercising and how it helps in so many ways, as you've gone over, and we've had other even scientists on our show to prove that what you're saying is correct. But let's talk about kind of the process, how this works. It appears as though you're trying to get more and more people, those that just aren't the type to go to the clubs. Obviously, we've talked about this before, the clubs gear themselves more to a younger group. So
right.
This can, attract people over 50 years old, of course. But so am I going to have like my iPad and the coach? I'm talking to the coach, and I kind of set up my iPad for him or her to see me exercising. Kind of go over how that whole thing works.
Yeah. Well, an iPad is one of the ways of connecting. It can either be through a iPhone or any smartphone, any tablet, or any computer. But basically, members are connected in real time to their coach through this interactive dashboard we've created. The dashboard has all the workouts, the interface so that the coach and the member can see each other, our toolkit of brain and body and stress reduction tools that combine create a never-ending combination of workout possibilities, and that's important. The coach's job is to constantly change the workout to keep it fresh. That keeps people engaged. But yeah, you engage through the screen live. The coach can watch you exercising for form and technique, but the principal coaching session, about 30 minutes, is equal parts motivation, reviewing results and tweaking the workouts, and giving the person new assignments when they're not with the coach. So these aren't personal training sessions where that's all you do is 2 or 3 times a week your coach counts repetitions for you and you do jumping jacks or whatever. The coach is a motivator. The coach's job is to give the person a program, a lot of which they can do on their own when it's convenient for them. A lot of it involves walking, running, doing home exercise with light weights and stretch cables and other equipment. And potentially it includes things they can do in a gym. But the coach's job, those sessions that we create are flexible, but the purpose is to motivate and interact with the person in a way that maximizes their fitness program. For some people, it will be, here's how you do this, watch me. For others, it will be, I want you a higher level workout where the assignments will be, they'll walk 5 miles a day, 4 times a week, and then do this set of exercises, but make sure you're wearing your Fitbit or your Garmin tracker or your Upband, because I need the data to verify that you're doing it. And the reason we need that data is most of these things track not only activity, but heart rate. Heart rate is the key to it all. When you get your heart rate in the right zone, you can not only burn fat and increase cardio, but when you get it into the higher levels of what's right for your body, that's when you start to build BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and that's what helps brain health. So the coach's job is to make sure that person is doing the workout properly. And if they're not, the coach's job is to motivate them to do the workout properly. So it's a real flexible process. And that's why we don't even use the term personal trainer. These people are coaches. They are all certified personal trainers, but their job, more than here's how you do the exercise, is to motivate and coach the person.
So I'm sure it depends on each individual, but is there, if somebody doesn't have equipment at home, is there an investment in equipment?
Yeah. First of all, for fitness, we use functional fitness. And functional fitness means you do things that help you function in the real world. So you don't have to have any equipment to do much of the workout. Now, can we embellish that with various items? Yes. shock cords, light weights, and just about any other piece of personal training you may have at home can be adapted to that. Like if a member joins us and has an unused treadmill at home, the coach may try to incorporate that treadmill, but give the person a reason why they're doing it, because so many of those home fitness gadgets wind up being elaborate clothes hangers after people, stop using them, and they aren't given a reason to use them on a regular basis. They aren't motivated to use it. So the coach's job is to assess what a person has at their available to them, and use that. If it requires adding a piece of equipment here and there, that's a good thing too. In some cases, it may be we want you to join this local gym because we want you to use these 2 or 3 specific machines that we think your particular body needs at the moment. But it's not essential. But there's various levels of bodies, and people need different things. And some people will be complete newbies, in which case very little equipment will be needed. Some people will be a little more experienced, maybe ex-gym members, and we'll show them how to work that into the program. I should tell you that ultimately we are going to build Activate clubs, where the clubs will be housed by our trainers, and people can come in and use a special set of equipment. We're not there yet. We're going to launch this company using the telefitness model, which means coaching the cloud. And this way, we can serve more people at the beginning. We can have our coaches in Indiana, some of them are there, and the client can be in Australia or California or Florida, anywhere. It's virtual. And so by using Skype, we're able to maximize the amount of people we can reach, and also it gives our trainers the ability to be anywhere. We've got trainers in San Francisco. We've got trainers in Phoenix, and they can interact with clients in remote locations as well. So it gives us a lot of flexibility this way, and it's the future.
Yeah, tell us. I know you wanted to touch base, and we're getting close to time here, but you wanted to share a little bit about the recent pilot program that you had.
Well, Frank, the pilot was so successful. I should tell you that not only did we get these profound results for people in weight loss and strength and heart rate and processing speed, and just a lot of good things happened, but all of my senior team took the program as well during this pilot, myself included, because not only, we just have to really believe in our product, and we do. And so what that has actually done, I'll speak personally for a moment. Being the head of a fitness company, I'm by no means Jack LaLanne. You can always do better. So I took the program. I lost 25 pounds over the 12 weeks, and my endurance went up, my resting heart rate went down, my max heart rate went up, all measures of strength went up, to the point where I'm about to do this thing called the Challenged Athletes Foundation Empire State Building Run. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear a backpack that weighs 40 pounds, and I'm going to run up the Empire State Building on February 3rd to raise money for the Challenged Athletes Foundation. And we're in the process of, there's a website that has ways people can donate to that. We'd love even $5, $10 would help this cause. It's a great cause. It buys exercise equipment for challenged athletes, many of whom are veterans and kids, to participate in sports. But Activate powered this. My team and I went through this. I'm going to carry a GoPro camera, run up the Empire State Building with a heavy pack. I'll be joined by world-class athletes, New York City firemen. We're in full gear. It's kind of a fun event. And in my case, that's what the pilot program did for me. It put me on the track to be able to do that. And I'm still training for it. I'm certain I can do it. The question now is how fast. So we'll see.
That's
but
great.
thanks for mentioning that. We're excited about that.
Yeah, we included the URL that you provided us on your bio on the written portion of this podcast. Is there? Can you verbalize where people could go or
yeah? It's there's the challengedathletes.org. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Empire State Building Run, and if you follow the links and search for me, my last name, Pazzani, you'll be able to find a place where you can donate to me or to the Challenged Athletes Foundation in general. I'm having a lot of fun. My friends are all, and our employees are all excited about seeing this GoPro video. It's 1,576 steps up and it's a good workout, and it's symbolic of how you can activate yourself. I'm 59, but people have done this at age 90 plus.
Wow.
And it's pretty inspiring to see the times of some of these people. Just remarkable. I mean, running up the Empire State Building at age 70 in 15 minutes is just an amazing thing. So when you're aware of what the human body is capable of doing, it's kind of motivating. We're seeing people around the country understand that you don't have to age the way previous generations aged. You can stay active. The older body is capable of amazing things if you treat it right. And that's what our company's about, is keeping people active, because if you don't, it can be ugly. Aging on a decline is expensive. It's not fun. It creates a whole host of economic and lifestyle problems for you and your family and your relatives. We don't need to do that. These are all lifestyle choices. And by choosing to be active, you can totally change the way you live. And we think our program is one of those answers. And coaches are one of the ways people can really maximize their later years. So it's a phenomenal process. And so we're excited about where we're headed with this, and we see a bright future for this.
So we just have literally a minute at the most. Are people actually enrolled in this kind of Coach in a Cloud program, or is it still in testing phase?
I'm glad you asked that, Frank. We haven't launched nationally yet. We're doing it on a small-scale basis and in pilots until we work it out. We've still got some technology to develop. We're still raising our last bits of capital. So if there's anyone out there who's an investor, you can reach me on our website, activatebrainandbody.com. And I'd be most interested in additional investors. We're closing out some investments to finish and launch. We expect to have that happen in early 2016. Great. So we're not in the market yet, but we're getting close, and we welcome contact both on our website and our Facebook.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Martin. It's great to have you back. Innovative things you're doing. I think it's going to be great. And for those of you that are interested, go to activatebrainandbody.com. Martin Pisani, thank you so much for joining us on the Aging Boomers. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Frank. We've got a coach ready for you when you're ready for it.
So all right, you got it. Great. Thanks so much. Thanks. And I want to thank everybody for joining us out there. Again, share with friends and family. Download the free app on your iPhone or Android phone, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all different ways to listen. So thanks so much for joining us. Be safe out there, and we'll talk to you all soon.